Welcome back to the Real Estate News. With me now is one of my favorite guests, Chuck Zapiec with Weikert Coastal Properties and also Hilton Head Hideaways. So welcome, Chuck.
Jenny, it's always great to be back on the Real Estate News.
Well, it's been a while. So, we were talking at the break, and I love hearing about your life because it's so interesting and you've done so many things. But maybe not everyone is aware of the fact that you had a career on Wall Street. So I know there's a lot of probably spillover from things you learned on Wall Street to here and working in real estate.
There sure are. There's similarities, Jenny. I can remember back in the 90s advising people to buy Microsoft and Apple.
Right.
That they were undervalued. It was a great time to buy it. I feel the same way right now here in Hilton Head with some of the real estate.
Okay. Now give us some ideas of what we can do to take advantage of this. We talked at the break about timing and how everything in the stock market and real estate market has to do with timing. So can you tell us what we can do? Sure,
it does. Inventories are dwindling right now and prices are where they were 10 years ago. So now is a good time to buy. I'll just give you an example. I've had 3 sales last month in July that we've had. One was a villa in South Forest Beach that was listed for $299,000. We were able to buy it for $245,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath villa. It'll produce about $25,000 worth of gross revenues. The owner will net about half that. So on a $245,000 investment, you're looking at about a 4% rate of return, cash on cash.
Wow.
That means if you bought it for cash, you would earn 4% plus a tremendous upside.
Absolutely.
If you leveraged it by getting a mortgage, you'll double that rate of return right now, about 8%. And that's more or less the philosophy I try to use with all my investors is don't look for the home run, look for the cash flow. And if once you get that cash flow, then the upside is all yours in the future.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned a villa. Do you have any examples of homes?
Sure. Our strategy really for our buyers is that for them to own the trains and let someone else ensure that they run on time. And that's one of the things that I've done with a house that I recently sold in July. It was an attorney from Atlanta who had stayed with us in the past. And he came down and bought a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house that, for $615,000. That something was on the market for $699,000.
Wow.
That house is an excellent investment for him. It has a pool. It's located on Red Maple here in Sea Pines, probably the one street that has gotten the biggest boost out of the new Sea Pines clubhouse and also the beach club is Red Maple, and at $615,000, we expect to gross about $60,000 a year in rentals. He'll net about half of that. That's about a 5% cash on cash return, meaning if he bought it for all cash, that's what he would get as a return. If he leveraged it, which he did, and got a mortgage, that's about a double rate of return. It's 10% with all the upside for a big gain on when you go to sell. Absolutely.
I mean, and these kinds of strategies, I think, are so helpful for someone to, as a buyer, and this may be a little bit out of your depth. So, I mean, as for a buyer, so tell us, how are you an expert to be able to help them, just both professionally and personally?
Well, I have a lot of different careers, Jenny.
Right.
As you know, professional football, and also sold stocks and bonds on real estate and insurance. I was an estate planner, and then I own my own company. Hilton Head Hideaways is my vacation rental company, also a cleaning company and maintenance company. So I've had a lot of experience. I think if I had to do it over again, if I wanted to work just 2 hours a week, all I would do is just buy real estate right now. And that's what I tell my investors. If you really want to have the opportunity to only have to work 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, this is the opportunity to do it. Be the owner of the trains. Let somebody else ensure they run on time. And that's basically the model that I built here, is having the vacation rental company so that our investors will get a check and also get the opportunity to use their property 10 to 15 weeks out of the year while we're busy making money for them.
Fantastic. Always in great hands. I know your clients are. Thank you so much for your time today, Chuck.
Jenny, always great. Chuck, if you have any interest, talk to Chuck.
Absolutely. You're in great hands. Thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks, Jenny.